Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to do something that RUPES tells you not to do. We are going to swap our RUPES polishers for a different size backing plate, even to aftermarket backing plates, along with the infamous washer mod to see if it helps with anything with vibration. We're not getting into does it polish better, but just simply is it smoother, along with a way to measure it. So let's jump in and see what happens. As always, if you'd like to support the channel, ways to do so are on your screen here, and links to purchase any of the polishers, pads, compounds, meters, etc. that are used in this video are in the video description. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it and see what we can do here. We're going to have the original LHR 21 orange trigger, over 10 years old, the Mark III 21, and the LHR 75, which is the 3-inch, the small. So first we're just going to do a baseline for noise and see if there's any difference here. Using the XL, or the 3D printed plastic backing plate, speed 1, you can see it's around 75.1 decibels. Speed 3, 82 decibels. And speed 6, 88 decibels. So at 24 inches or 61 centimeters, you're definitely going to need hearing protection. Quite loud. So we'll move over to the 6-inch 150 millimeter backing plate, and no washer mod. You can see the plate drags quite heavily there, and that is on a original legacy model 21 orange trigger, over 10 years old. Speed 1, 78. Speed 3, about 81 and a half, more or less. And speed 6, we're at about 86 decibels. Now we're going to jump over to vibration for this particular polisher, which is the Bigfoot Legacy LHR 21 ES. Have a hand arm vibration meter specifically for this type of tool, and you can see as it comes, very smooth. 2.3, let's call it 2.4 meters per second squared. So very smooth polisher, and it's not going to bother your hands over the long term. You can use it for a long time, and I know that RUPES measures this. So now we're going to switch over to the 5-inch XL backing plate and see if that happens, has any difference. It's lighter, so it's not designed for this, and it's smaller, so it's significantly worse. It's in the area, if I can get it to stay on here, in the area of about 10.2 meters per second squared, so almost 4 times higher vibration than the factory RUPES pad. That's kind of the highest I got. So anywhere between 7 and 10, we're going to leave it at 10.2, but it is noticeably higher vibration when you're using it in your hands. And so just for reference, we're going to try the RUPES 5-inch backing plate, which is a very common mod that people do to these 21s, is they don't like the bigger pads, so they immediately swap over to a smaller one. So let's check that one out and see. So it is an increase in vibration, looks like around 3.4 meters per second squared, so it's still smooth, but it is a noticeable increase in vibration compared to leaving the polisher stock. Again, no washer mod on this either. This is a freshly rebuilt 21 from RUPES in Colorado, so it has a new shroud and it drags a little bit, and we'll get into the washer mod here in a little bit. So yeah, just using the 5-inch backing plate, it's, to me, I don't notice the difference between the 6-inch. The meter says otherwise. It is an increase, but it is minor. And so we're going to switch over now to the Bigfoot Mark III 21 using we're going to test the sound out here. Speed 1, 81 decibels, much louder than the original. Speed 3, 83 decibels. slightly louder than the original. And speed 6, 88 decibels, almost identical to the original. We'll try it now with the 6-inch backing plate. 1.7, so it is much smoother than the original 21. That is, and it's noticeable too. Said it's not often that I go back to back from these two polishers, so having the opportunity to do that and play with the backing plates, it's noticeably different. So if I can get it to stay put here. So with the 5-inch, we're at 2.5. So it is, with the 5-inch, it's still about the same as the original. So we'll switch over to the 5-inch XL backing plate. You want to upgrade to something advertised as high performance or better heat dissipation or something. It is much more prone to vibration. Look at that, 8.3 meters per second squared. So compared to the original, again, almost 4 times worse for vibration. So it sounds like those that are doing the 5-inch backing plate mod are going from the 6-inch to the 5-inch. You're going to get slight increase in vibration, but not terrible. You go to the XL and it's going to be much worse. So we're going to check the 3-inch, the LHR 75, and see if there's any difference here as well. Speed 1 looks like 88.5 decibels. Quite a loud machine compared to the larger machines. Speed 3, 88.7, so nearly the same as speed 1. And speed 6, 93.1 decibels, quite loud. Definitely want to wear hearing protection with this machine. Now we're going to jump over and check out the vibration. So this is as it comes with the factory RUPES 3-inch backing plate. Looks like it's settled down somewhere around 3.4, 3.5. We're going to call it 3.4 meters per second squared. So very smooth tool. It's not going to bother your hands or anything like that. Going to swap over to the XL 3-inch. Plastic, very lightweight. And you can see it is significantly higher, somewhere between 6.8 to 8.1, so anywhere between 2 to 3 times worse vibration jumping over to the XL. It even says on the backing plates, using non-RUPES accessories or polishes may cause excess vibration. So definitely true. Using a third-party backing plate, you're getting a whole lot more vibration. We're going to jump over to the washer mod now and see if that changes anything. The theory here is you put a thick washer between the backing plate and the polishing head, and it spaces out the backing plate so it doesn't rub against the shroud. It's supposed to increase performance according to whatever people say about this mod. RUPES will tell you don't need it, and it's not necessary. We're going to start out putting it on our Mark III with a 5-inch backing plate, using, of course, RUPES pads and polishes. Going to run it in a little bit just to make sure the pad's primed. And here we go. Somewhere around 4.5 meters per second squared. So that is an increase. Noticeable, measurable increase in vibration. Of course, you're moving the pad further away from the source of rotation, so you're going to amplify any vibration, and that appears to be the case here as well. Jump over to the 6-inch with the same washer mod on our Mark III. I'm showing this part just so you can see that it is indeed free spinning. And I ordered 6-inch, or actually 7-inch pads for these. As I ran out, and they sent me the wrong one, so I'm actually using a Lake Country pad. I'm hoping this isn't going to make a huge difference in vibration. We're going to find out here right now. Going to run it in, prime it, make sure, and here we go. So about along the same lines as the others. Looks like a slight increase of about 2.8. So it goes from 1.7 to 2.8. In my opinion, not that noticeable when you're just a slight increase like that. So now on to the 5-inch on the original Mark 1 Bigfoot 21 orange trigger. Before the mod, we had about 3.4, and now it's showing about 4.0, 4.1, something like that. So I would call that minimal increase. So now you see why a lot of guys will go with the 21 5-inch backing plate with a washer mod. Relatively little increase in vibration, and you get the performance that people talk about where the pad doesn't stall. Again, RUPES will tell you don't need it. 6-inch backing plate on the original Bigfoot 21. So before it was 2.4, and I'm getting about 6.0 now. And that could be a little to do with the pad. I don't know 100% sure, but it was an increase. So in summary, what have we learned? Leave it stock. If you buy a 21, don't do the washer mod. Don't switch to the different backing plate if you want the minimum amount of vibration. They spend a lot of time in R&D making these tools as smooth as possible, and it's very apparent in this instance here. If you want a lot of vibration, go buy the XL. Those definitely are a much noticeable increase in vibration. Personally, I use the LHR 21 ES and the Mark III with the 5-inch pad with no washer mod. I find that as the shroud wears down, you really don't need it. And it doesn't take long for that to happen. So that's my opinion there. The LHR 25, you definitely see a slight increase in vibration. In the area of 2 to 3 times more. So this particular one you're seeing right here in the video, that is my wife's polisher, and the one on the left there is mine that does not have the mod. Basically, in summary, leave it stock or not. You have options. These are all very smooth machines. Use your best judgment. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys soon.